Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to Mental Groove. I've got a Kevin Samuels clip today that made me pause for a second, and I figured we should just watch it together and talk about it. If you're into raw, thought-provoking content, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's jump in.
Because they can give birth, that's enough.
Hello.
Hey, you need to turn the TV down.
Can you turn the TV down? Sorry about that.
Okay,
I would just.
hold on.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay. There's too much noise in the background.
Oh, sorry. I have my daughter watching TV and my
Okay.
fiance watching TV.
Okay. Oh, let me say something. Gentlemen, every time men start speaking and saying what's going on, here comes the shame, insults, guilt, and need to be right. You're bitter, you're angry, you're this, you're that. That just means that women don't have any answers. That's why they start with the sign language. Pay no attention. All right. That's a lot of noise. What do you have going on? What's the question you have?
Sorry, I went to another room.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hello.
Okay, so guys, understand that the sign language starts when women run out of arguments. That means you won. Go ahead. We'll talk about modern women. Are they ready to be wives or just ready to be side chicks at best?
I would say a lot of women in this society are ready to be side chicks more than wives. I feel like they feel like the benefits are easier to reap than being through a struggle or in an actual committed and serious situation or structure. Maybe a lot of them haven't had any structure or maybe male role models or a male opinion on
Let me ask
how.
you a question. Let me ask you a question, Cliff. Do you think the average modern woman is taking life seriously?
No, definitely not at the degree of City Girls and Hot Girl Summer. I don't
That's
think
what it
that's
really
going to
comes. That's
be.
because it comes down to. How old is your
Yeah.
child?
She's 6.
Okay, so before a child and after a child are two different things.
Yes,
You have to take life a hell of a lot more seriously when you're responsible for the life of somebody else.
definitely.
So okay, go ahead. I don't want to. You only got a few minutes. You have a question that you want to ask me because I've already asked my question to
Yes,
you.
I do. I actually
Okay.
am in a relationship with my child's father and
Okay.
have been for 8 years. I definitely have a father figure. He raised me. My mother was in and out of my life. So just trying to hone in the maturity level of the male's perspective
Okay.
on how a
What do you
woman.
want as what do you want as an outcome with your man?
I would like to be married. Well, we're on our way. We've been engaged for 2 years.
How many children does he have?
We both share one.
Okay. And how old is he?
He's 29,
And you're how old again?
27.
So what's the hold up on marriage?
Um, he says my attitude and the way that I speak, I would say, towards men, which I agree. I feel like seeing my mother kind of the way she talks to my father, even now they're not together and it's been 20 years, I do see a lot of resemblance in the respect factor
So you disrespect your child's father.
in arguments, yes. And out of anger. Not necessarily to disrespect him like
Okay, so
as a man.
well, yeah. So yeah, how you fight says a lot.
Yes.
So he's been with you for 8 years, and you have a child. If he was taken away from you tomorrow in a car accident, you think you could operate like that with another man and him marry you?
No.
Okay. So if you got a man that's with you, either you act like you need to act, or you run the risk of losing him.
Yes, and that's my question is to get into the mindset of not, well, I don't want to say like submit like how feminist or whatever use that word, but like submit more, and so like having a male like leadership and me taking the backseat and not trying to be the leader, if that
Why
makes
are you trying? You want to know what I think or what he thinks?
know what you think. Like what
Well,
advice would you
okay,
give?
ma'am, you listen to your man.
Right, of
Do
course.
we? Okay, because I'm not going to overstep my boundaries. That is your child's father, and he's been with you 8 years. He told you what he wants. Here's
Right,
what you do. Here's what you do. You do it.
right,
You don't need me to come. You don't need me, Jesus, the pastor, to tell you something else when you got a man who's there by you.
right.
That's disrespectful by itself. Why don't you just give the man what he wants?
Even if I feel as though I am, would that not suffice in
If I
that
asked
situation?
him, if I asked him, are you giving him what he wants? What would he say?
I would hope yes.
Okay, if you're saying the hold up on marriage is the way you act towards him disrespectfully, right?
Yes.
Then you're not giving him what he wants.
Right.
See, what it comes down to is this rebellious spirit in you females.
Right.
You want to give him what you think he deserves. And if he would up and leave you, then you'd be on my show talk about how your baby daddy left. The man told you what he wants. Either you give it to him or you leave him alone and let him go get a woman that's going to give him what he wants. I'm not
Right.
one for breaking up families, but you're just being outright rebellious.
Right. I would agree to being
So okay, so I gotta ask a hard question then.
okay.
You ready?
Yes.
If you lose him, you think you're gonna do better?
Definitely not.
Then why don't you act like that?
Yeah, I definitely want to do that. I
There's
do.
no want to, man. There's no reason to not respectfully cooperate.
Right.
You've been around here for 8 years. This is about you, your ego, and your attitude. It ain't about how you were raised, everything else. Sounds like he's made it too easy for you. And you've
Right.
lost respect for him. And when
No,
I hear
I
women,
respect him.
if you respect him, you wouldn't open your mouth and say what you say in an argument.
Right. I agree with that part.
Then how are you going to say you respect him?
No, I mean it's just like things are said like in the heat of the moment, not necessarily like that's how I treat him throughout the
Ma'am,
relationship or
ma'am, ma'am, I've been alive too long.
yes.
When these
Okay.
arguments start, come on, hold the phone up. Your face is too low. When
Oh
these
sorry.
arguments start, see, you fight dirty. And what I'm hearing is you talk to your man like a woman.
No.
Oh yeah, you do. Because if you talk to him like you should talk to a man, you should know from a safety standpoint that you need to keep your mouth closed. See, when two men are talking, there's a low level threat of violence. If I'm sitting here talking to a man, I know there are lines. I
Right.
can't cross certain lines with any man. I don't care how big or small he is. After a certain line, we're gonna have to shoot the fair one. But
Right.
you will go damn well low because you know good and well he ain't gonna do nothing. Because if you talk the way if you argued with him, if you argue with a woman the way you argue with him, would you and that woman end up in a conflict?
Possibly. I feel like it depends. Like it's not necessarily like always like a threat or aggressive. It's just maybe the way I say certain things or pertaining to certain situations. Like it may not be in his perspective, and
No, man, we're not talking about those. We're not talking about the innocent thing. We're talking about when you know you're saying something low and dirty just to hurt him.
right, right,
Okay, then you're doing it to hurt.
Right.
All right. So you're intentionally inflicting damage on your man.
Mm-hmm.
And if he were to turn around and physically inflict damage on him, the society would blame him and say he shouldn't do it. But you could be verbally violent with your child's father.
Right, which I agree. I don't want to be that way. I don't think that's
Then,
fair.
then
And
have you had any therapy?
I have, and
Okay.
it was more like church based though. So I
Then
didn't
that's
really,
not therapy.
yeah, I didn't
Ma'am,
really.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think you take your man for granted. I think that if you've been with him so long, you ain't been out here. I'm not really an advocate for families breaking up, but I bet you if he left you and got him another woman and you had to figure it out for this year, I bet you found a way to control your mouth and get under control. You know what this man wants. You know what he wants.
Yes.
Then give it to him or risk losing him. See, gentlemen, this is why you don't ever let your women this is why we should never let our women get comfortable. Because
Mm-hmm.
this is what happens. They start to end up, inevitably, the disrespect happens. Women test for strength. And so many men are trying to be the nice guy, and we're getting bitched.
Well, I
So,
definitely don't want to bitch him. That's not what I.
well, when's the last time you guys had an argument that you did you talk dirty or foul?
Um. Well, not necessarily talking dirty, but like I wasn't listening. He was trying to like calm me down because I was in another altercation with another person, and he was just kind of saying
A
like,
physical altercation?
no, just a verbal,
Who was this person?
another female.
Was it a coworker or something?
No, just a friend. Like we just wasn't seeing eye to eye on a particular situation, and it got to the point where disrespect was being thrown. So of course,
Between you and this other woman?
yes,
Were you guys in person?
yes, and
Was this
he was
person
just
at your
trying
house?
to.
Was this person at your house?
Yes,
Why didn't you tell her to leave your house?
I did,
Okay. And
and
why didn't she leave your house?
I mean she did. Eventually, she was like gathering her things and like leaving, but in the middle of me telling her to leave, that's when words were being exchanged, and he was trying to calm
See the
me
way
down.
see the way that's that man's counsel.
Mm-hmm.
And your female friend is bringing chaos into his castle.
Right,
Your job is to make sure his castle stays chaos free, not to get your point across and get your shit straightened out with your girl.
right,
That was disrespectful to him, and he's out of his alignment trying to calm you down when your first priority should have been, you can't raise your voice in my man's house. That's
right,
not gonna work. And if she got something to say, you down 911.
right. I
But
agree.
that's not what happened. You was
No,
arguing with her, and he's over here trying to save it. This is why, gentlemen, perfect example. We're all out of alignment. You sound like the man in the relationship.
no, no. I definitely don't
Why
want to
is
be
this
in an
what? Why
argument.
is this woman arguing in your man's house? Why are you arguing with a woman in your man's house?
You're right. I did
Thank
tell. I
you.
mean, I was the one that was like trying to
He
just get
he's
her
trying to
out,
calm
but
you down like a wife would try to calm her husband down.
right. I see.
Gender roles are blurred. Gender roles are blurred. But at the end of the day, it's not like you got a guy who's trying to work with you. Maybe you need to do what I suggest doing and cut off your single friends, get you some actual counseling and therapy, get you some couples counseling, and start off and go down to the justice of the peace, get married, move to a different city, and live your life with your family. Because all this is chaotic.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you're moving and acting in life as if this man ain't gonna leave. Everybody got a breaking point.
I agree.
Think about it. Think about it.
Thank
Have a good
you.
day.
You
Bye
too.
bye.
Bye.
So yeah,
Honestly, this right here is a tough one to watch. She's 27, has a 6-year-old, and she's engaged, but still holding on to emotional baggage from her past. The fact that her fiance is complaining about how she talks to her child's father tells you everything. If anger is the default, it's not about co-parenting anymore. It's about unresolved emotion and control. And the craziest part, she doesn't even realize that this rebellion she's holding on to is affecting her future. How are you going to say you want peace, a husband, a family, but still be in a battle with the man you chose to have a child with? Submission isn't slavery. It's about harmony and partnership. But you can't have harmony if you're constantly trying to win every emotional argument from the past. You can't move forward while dragging an old war behind you. At least she's here listening. That's the only hope. But the real question is, will she take it in, or will she keep trying to be right instead of being healed?